Hey, welcome everybody to the best motivator in the game right now. Mike Motivation. This your boy Mike Flair. There can only be one.
There can be only one.
So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And today, I want to talk to the youth and tell them, let's elevate. Start your elevation now. A lot of you just graduated. It's summertime. It's June. And what I'm going to tell you is don't get caught up in the downtime. Take advantage of the downtime. We're going to talk about that. Don't get in the mindset, you know what, I'm going to just take a break for a couple years because that's dangerous. A lot of people have said, I think I may even said that when I was younger, but then that 2 years end up turning to 10 years. Easy. So, we're going to talk about this. This your boy Mike Flair. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. I make content based on different things of aspects of life that I do. I currently am finishing up school. I think this is my last semester for my 4-year degree in web development. And I also work at the college, and I do back-end development as well. So I gotta work on making videos for development. Let me know if you want to hear videos about that. I can make videos about that because it's not really about the coding all the time. It's mostly about figuring it out and troubleshooting. So, and also my humor. I make videos of my Ric Flair impressions. That's my guy. Grew up on Ric Flair. That's where Mike Flair came from. I make sometimes comedy videos, depends on what's going on, if I want to joke about it. But I am a multifaceted person. I'm like a Swiss Army knife up here. There's a lot of things going on up here. I'm not just one thing. So that's what my channel is, just many things, not one thing. So getting right into it, let's start talking about today's topic. So it's summertime. What are you doing with your time? Let me know. What you doing with your time? You don't want to lay in the bed all day. You don't want to just sit around all day. What are some of the things you can do with your time in the summer that can help, that can profit you going forward? One thing on hindsight for me is I worked right out of high school, was working in high school, worked right out of high school. So a lot of my time investment just went into working jobs and not a career. But what I would challenge any youth to think about, what are some of the classes, professional classes you can take that's not school? Let's say real estate classes. I don't know what the minimum age is, but I know real estate classes. You could prepare yourself to study for vocational, like a firefighter, the tests and stuff like that. Learn about apprenticeships, learn about internships. We're gonna get to this slide, but keep your mind primed on developing your post-life after high school, because if you don't, I'm telling you, you will slip between the cracks. It's so fast. Before you realize it, you'll be like, man, I'm playing catch up instead of being ahead. So be mindful of what you're doing with your time. Be smart and make good decisions. Why it is important to keep your mind primed to learn. The risk of taking a break. It's a risk. Choices in life is either risk or reward. Taking risks. You take a risk on taking a break, because if you go down that road of taking a break, things could happen. Next thing you know, you extending the break and you done went 5 years out of high school without taking some kind of education to help you elevate your salary and your career as an individual. Because you hear a lot of kids saying they're going to take a break and then they're going to go back. But when you lose, from my opinion anyway, when you lose that will to learn and that will to keep going, to endure, a lot of times that break just turns into, I'm just not going back, I'm good. And I'm telling you from experience, from my own experience. You take that break and it's like, you should go to school. Nah, I'm good, I'm working, I think I'm making enough. You think, that's the key word, you think you're making enough till you realize you're not making enough. And that's the reason why I'm making this. I want you to realize that you have the best opportunity after you graduate high school to really plan and navigate your career and your life after you graduate. But you have to realize that and take advantage of that time. So keep your mind primed, and if you don't want to go to college, look into a trade, look into some kind of professional classes. If it's real estate, learn something, especially when you become an adult. Always keep your mind primed to learn something, whether it's the Bible, whether it's professional classes, whether it's school or trade or vocation. Keep your mind primed to learn, because that's how you grow in life, through learning. So this is why I'm telling you, you have to elevate your salary. Get your education to elevate your salary. Look at this average salary by education level. This is actually pretty close. It's really close. There's a few outliers in there, but it's really close. Less than high school, $30,784. Y'all, that's not, you can live probably off of it, but your budget and your lifestyle is going to be very disciplined. You can make one mistake and it's going to set you back probably for a month or two trying to catch back up. High school diploma, $38,792. That's to get your feet off the ground, to give you a good start. But if you could do this and then go to school at the same time, I think you'll be great. Let's say if you go to school in the daytime, then you work in the evenings, or you work in the morning and go to school in the evening. They have evening classes as well. So depending on what kind of person you are, maybe you're better in the evenings than you are in the morning. Or maybe you're better in the afternoon than you are in the morning. You can work in the mornings and go to school in the afternoon. I did not have the right mindset when I was younger. I should have done this, because when you're just working, you have a bunch of dead time outside of work. When you're done with your 8 hours, you have another 12 hours of just whatever you want to do, whether it's hanging out, when dudes be talking to girls, hanging out, going to the club, whatever. But you got a lot of dead time, and you should ask yourself, outside of the 8 hours I work, what else am I investing my time in to help me elevate? Like, when you invest your time in something, you should be thinking, how am I going to profit from this? How is this going to help me profit? Like spending $50 on something and then thinking about how is this going to help me later? Like spending $1,000 on a class or 2 classes or whatever, it gets you towards making more money based on this. An associate's degree, $46,124. Now you're starting to get around average, what they say the median income is, somewhere in there. Bachelor's degree, $64,896. Now you like average a little bit above the average line. And master's degree, $77,844. Then a doctorate, $97,916. Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because investing your time, not just in a degree, but in self-development, communication, articulation. your mindset. How can you improve your mindset? Reading, tutorials. It's so much stuff on social media now that you can learn before you even take the classes and go to school. You can be prepared for what you're about to learn because it's probably on YouTube somewhere or social media somewhere. So there's so many resources available now that wasn't available in the 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s. Now it's so much information out there for anybody to find. It's out there. All you gotta do is go look for it. And I always say, if you can learn social media and learn how to operate, some people that are really good at posting on Facebook and Instagram and all this, you can learn a skill, a trade, or something in education to go along with that. But we have to reprogram our minds. We have to reprogram our minds to understand that I have to get something other than a high school degree. Because education is crucial. It's a crucial skill to elevate your salary level. It's crucial. I'm telling you from experience, when I didn't go back, before I went back to school and got my associates, I think I was like in that 32 to 35 range, something like that. 32, 35 range like that. I think that's probably was the highest I got. When I went and got the associates, the game changed. It was almost probably double somewhere in there. But it was a contractor job. That was my first initial job in IT. But it showed me that if I get with an associate's degree, my salary level and skill level elevated. So I jumped from the high school salary to associate, kind of in between associate and bachelor salary by just getting my associate's degree. Because, like I say, the degree is not the end all be all. It's the degree, it's your skill set, education, communication, mindset, SECM, say it all the time. All of that kind of factors in. But we have to reprogram ourselves and our kids that education is important. Very important. So, overcoming the odds of living in the inner city. Getting out the inner city can be like a mountain climb. And everybody is not interested in that, climbing the mountain. Because it take a sacrifice, it take giving up pleasurable things or things that's convenient to you. It's gonna take all of that in order to overcome the odds of getting out the inner city and staying out the inner city. A lot of times you hear people say, I gotta live, you only got one life to live, but they use that to overspend or buy things that they don't need to buy. I've been guilty of that. I've been there while instead of paying my bills, I bought some Jordans. Ask me where they at now. I don't even know what half of those shoes at now. I think it was back in Facebook or something. I had a post where it had all the Jordans on there. And I go out, when I see it sometimes, I just laugh like, man, that's probably $1,200 worth of shoes on the rack or whatever. It ain't go towards nothing. Them shoes, man, the soles probably fell off, was cutting grass in them. They're meaningless now. But when you get a degree, some kind of vocation, some kind of certification, those don't go away. You can keep, it's like a thing that keeps giving. It keeps adding value to you, along with your skill set, communication, and mindset. SECM, skill set, education, communication, mindset. So, when you're overcoming the odds, a lot of people don't want to overcome the odds because it's tough. It's not easy. But the best thing that you have coming out of the inner city is your time and ability to plan out your education and your career. You can learn and elevate. If you don't learn and elevate, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough climb. But if you educate, learn communication, and sometimes when you go to college, you meet people. You learn how to make connections. You learn how to network with people, how to build those bonds with people. A lot of jobs out here, they're not random as you think they are. Sometimes it's about knowing somebody that you went to college with, knowing somebody that, y'all did this class together, real estate class together, and they thought about you at this point when something came up, opportunity came up. All those things come into play. But everybody's not interested in that. And sometimes it be the people that you love. It could be your friends. It could be whatever. But sometimes it's an individual thing. It's not a group thing. And sometimes in the inner city, you get so used to being in groups that you don't realize that at some point it all falls back to individual accountability as well. So what I'm saying is, in order to overcome the odds, you got to understand that it's going to be a mountain climb. Everybody's not going to be interested in that. But as an individual, if you want to get out, if you want to overcome the odds, you got to ask yourself, do I want to make this mountain climb against all odds, whether people want to do it or not? Do I want to elevate? And if you don't want to do it, I get it. But I'm making this for people who want to elevate, who want to hear this, and they kind of don't know, don't understand, or they don't realize yet, like I did in my 20s, why education is important. So, let me know in the comments what you think. What does it take to overcome the odds of getting out the inner city? Let me know. Is getting out the inner city like a mountain climb? Let me know. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, be sure to check out the Mike Flair channel. I make content about the different aspects of the mind of Mike. The mind of Mike. I'm not just one thing. I am many things. And keep tuning in as I make many things of content. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mike Flair at YouTube, and subscribe to my other channel that we make for the community, CTM TV, Little Rock, on all platforms as well. And I want to show you how to do this. I want to show you. So, my channel, go to Mike Flair. Typed it wrong. And you can just click on the video. This is one of my first videos. But go to Mike Flair. Whoa.
Stay winning. Don't let nobody get in between.
Go to MikeFlair.com. Mike Flair, YouTube, youtube.com at Mr. Mike Flair. Hit the subscribe button. So, the next channel I want you to go to is CTM TV. Just type in CTM TV and YouTube and go to the channel. and hit subscribe. This is actual. I'm signing into this account, but hit subscribe. Help us grow. We at 217 subscribers. We appreciate all the support. Help us grow as we did the Boosie reaction last night. But guys, we're making content, and we're just making it happen. It's not about the money. It's about sending out the message and inspiring our youth to elevate yourself. Don't get too comfortable and complacent, because it'll set you back instead of setting you up for success. And I appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And this is Mike Flair, and I'm signing out. And remember, there can only be
one.
And I'm signing out.